Hello everyone and welcome to this week's video of the week. This week we're going to be discussing some downsides to having identical twins and also a little bit about Jindae, but first I wanted to get into these two because I've noticed over the last few weeks I've been making little mistakes here and there in my videos, and I really wanted to address it and share my thoughts with you all on how I am dealing with having identical twins. So if you're new here or didn't know, I wanted the Ashley Reborn as a twin, and I wanted to find her a different kit initially, and if I couldn't find one then I would make two. As you can see, I made two and I totally regret it. I absolutely love this sculpt so much. However, not only did I name these two with the same letter to start with for their names, but they look identical, obviously. Now that Brinley has hair and Brie is growing hair, I am hoping and praying that this problem will ease off. I'm sure you've been seeing it in my videos where I have been calling Brie Brinley and Brinley Brie. It is so frustrating for me to watch back on videos and see that I've made that mistake without even realizing it on the spot. So I haven't even recorded myself fixing the error, so I can't crop it out of videos. So I'm having to put subtitles over or captions saying, hang on a minute, I've got the wrong baby again. And it's a little frustrating. So in Brinley's Theme Thursday video, I called her Brie at one point, and when I was introducing all the kits or babies in this house, I called Brie and Brinley the different names. In my defense that day though, I stupidly made the mistake of dressing them both in these llama outfits. They're very similar but they are different, and I called them the opposite names, and it was just so frustrating for me when I was editing back to see that I had named them different names yet again. So in person I haven't really made that mistake when I'm talking to people, like when I was holding Brinley and showing my mum her body, because we kind of readjusted their bodies recently. And I was talking to her, I was calling her Bryn. They do have nicknames, obviously Bryn, or I think that's all I really call her is Bryn. And then this is BB. I know it sounds weird, but it was something that my sister said. So BB or Brie, obviously. And so it's been really frustrating because when I was painting them I had no issues telling who was who, but when I take a quick glance at them I can't tell. And when they had no hair, I mean, I don't know if we're going to get this on camera or not, but Brinley obviously has brown eyebrows and Brie has lighter ones. She's got blonde hair. So yeah, I don't see how I could mess it up. And also Brie has a little, is the camera going to focus? She has a little birthmark up here, and Brinley doesn't have one. She's just pink, more pink tones on her face all over, and like I can tell them apart when I'm looking at them. Brinley is a lot darker, as you can see, and Brie is a lot lighter. The camera is washing her out a little bit. She's not bright white here like it's showing on the screen, but they match him with me. But yes, you know, I can tell them apart when I'm looking at them, but when I was talking about them on camera, there's just the slip of the tongue kept happening. Also, when I'm changing them, I have to be careful that I don't put them in matching colours, because then if I'm just doing a quick look, I honestly can't tell who's who, which is really frustrating for me. So I think that in the future, if I was to ever make twins again, I would definitely not give them the same letter sound. I would definitely give them different names and not match them up. And I love dressing them so they match. I don't know why, but I think it's so adorable. But it's really doing my head in too when they're matching, because I can't, at least when they had no hair, I couldn't tell them apart on a quick look. And so I kind of feel a little bit embarrassed by it, a little bit foolish for it. So I just wanted to come on here and talk why I'm never naming twins the same. But I couldn't imagine them without their names now. They are my little double B, and I just love them so much. And I think they're going to be so adorable when they're done. But yeah, right now it's just been a little bit difficult with their names and stuff. But I do hope that you're all enjoying them, and I cannot wait to have Bree's hair finished. She just has the top of her head and hairline in the front to go, and then she can join her sister in being done. Though this one I haven't finished yet. She is just on her body for now. Her hair's dry and everything. She's ready to go, but obviously being twins, I kind of want them to have the same date for their birthday. Anyway, that's enough about the twins. Let's go and have a talk about what is happening with Jindae. So we're here with Jindae now. As you can see, he's holding his little toucan buddy because underneath him is a toucan top. I love toucans, so I was really stoked to find him a toucan top. He looks super summery today, but if you know about my journey with Jindae, I wanted to put armature in him, and I finally did it. I finally brought some, and I'm so happy he has it. Except for the fact that he still cannot stand. I thought all my worries would be over with if I could get him to stand. And as you can see, he is still against things. So he can stand for maybe like 1 second, and that's not good enough for me to take photos, and it takes a lot of effort to get him balanced. If he has no head on, then he can stand. However, I think he kind of needs that, and his head has no weights in it at all. It's just got polyfiber, just like the rest of his body has. So I'm trying to figure out what I need to do to the bottom half to make him stand. As you can see, his arms are able to stay up now, and his head is no longer slumping. I don't have to angle the camera anymore because he's got the armature up the top. The problem is that I brought this armature and the connectors just won't go on. So I've had to adjust it myself and kind of pull it together. So I don't think he's stable enough in the hip region. There's a connector that I brought, and it's shaped like this. I hope you can see that. So the bit that goes up his body joins to the ones that would go into his legs. Well, I can't get it on. So it says to use heat, and then I will be able to get them into place. Well, I tried to use heat. Maybe I'm not doing it the right way to get these pieces to go together, and they just would not match. And I have a very weak wrist, as most of you would know now from following me for so long, and I just couldn't deal with the pain. Like, my hands were ripped up by the end of it, and they're still quite sore. And this was several days ago. So I tried really, really hard to get them in. I even asked my friend to try and get them in for me, and we struggled so bad to get them in. So we just gave up, and what I did was I made a, let's see if he'll balance for me. I made like a semicircle. So he's got stuff going down into his legs. So if we go up, he's got them in here to his knees. Maybe I need to take it down further. I've still got some left. And then I took the middle part that goes down his body and wrapped it around that so they're joined, and then pulled it back up so that he's got 2 lines in his body, and then in his head he's got a bit that goes up to about there. So he's all done, and his arms are perfect, like they can move and stuff. And I thought that I'd really, really like him having armature, and for the most part I do. I think it's really cool that he can you know, no longer slump, and he can hold his arms up if he wants to hold his arms up, and there's no, you know, no issue with that. Like, they're all secure. But it has taken away a little bit, oh sorry Jindae, it has taken away a little bit of his snuggle factor. He's a lot heavier now as well with it in there, because he just used to have a pool noodle inside his body here to give him support, and I've stuck the pool noodles back in just to give an extra bit of support to his belly and around those armatures. But yeah, no, he's lost a little bit of his snuggle factor, and I'm really sad about that, because he's not he can't mould as nearly as nice as he used to. In saying that though, I've still had a lot of snuggles with him since he's had his armature put in, and I will never give him up. He's my number one forever staying here baby, because of how much he means to me. But it's just a little frustrating, so I do think I'm going to have to readdress it in the new year or over the next few weeks. But for now, that is his situation. He can't stand still, but he can sit now and not lean. But I need to put a new cable tie in one of his legs, because I left his legs loose so he could sit, so I could spin his legs so he could sit. And this leg here, without a doubt, every time I get him to sit down, pops off. So it's too loose. So we need to address that. And I definitely think that I need to address how it's sitting in this hip area on him. He's my first standing toddler, so I have no experience with armature and why these pieces were not able to go together. I ordered 2 of each, so I thought maybe it was just one piece being a little bit silly, but no, it just won't go together at all. So I'm not too sure. My friend suggested to use boiling hot water, so we're going to try that and see if that will work, and if it does, then I will be able to make that work for me, and then attach it to his body when it's dry. But I was a little bit hesitant, and I guess too impatient to wait the other day. I didn't want to use water because I didn't want to have to put any dampness near him in his body. So yes, that is Jindae's saga. So this week I just wanted to come on and touch base and let you know some of the changes and some of the feelings that I have about 3 of my babies in my collection at the moment, and I hope that you're all getting ready for Christmas very well. I've only got, I think, one more present to buy, and that's for my Secret Santa. So yes, in my house we're doing a little Secret Santa. It's not secret, everyone knows who they're getting, they just don't know what present they're getting, so I have to come up with something for my mum. Yes, that's the only thing I've got left, and we've got the photo shoot still to do because Brie is not done yet. We are waiting for me to finish her hair, and yeah, I really wanted him to be able to stand this Christmas for his photo shoot. I had some great ideas, and I'm hoping I'll still be able to do them, but it's not the end of the world, right? These are only first world problems. There's a lot worse happening in this world, and I'd like it to stop too. Thank you so much for stopping by today, and I will be back with a new video of the week next Saturday, and keep safe everyone. Bye.